Hi, this is Deepthi. I have clubbed some 2 to 3 days of AWS class into the first video. So, first we need to understand the difference between a physical and a virtual infrastructure to get into the cloud knowledge. So, the physical infrastructure means having a physical environment available, which means a physically land area is required, and for that a lot of investment is required for the acquiring a land and installing your physical requirements like hardwares, servers. Next to that is for the maintenance you need manpower, and if you are having your own server, then you need some separate security for data protection, in terms of physical as well as software level data protection. But when it comes to virtual infrastructure, you're just having your physical setup here, which means like a computer, and you can access all your data, your servers through the internet. So that is called a accessing your cloud. So comparatively to the physical environment, you only require a less investment because you don't have to have a physical setup here to maintain your hardware, servers, or the manpower to take care of it. So the maintenance and protection is all taken care by the cloud service provider. So who benefits from a cloud from using a cloud service? Obviously, the small scale business owners who cannot first initially invest in a physical environment for themselves, a dedicated physical environment for themselves. So they cannot invest on a server, which is a huge cost. They need to install, separate units for to maintain that servers, manpowers, and all. So that is all taken care by the cloud service provider for him. So for the initial small scale owners are benefited from the virtual environments. What are the types of services provided by the clouds? Infrastructure as a service, which means the company provides all the infrastructures like data storage, servers, everything. It is provided by the cloud service. I mean, it is already there, but you are using the whole infrastructure. You choose which one you want to use. So the whole infrastructure is used by you. The cloud uh, the platforms, the infrastructures, the softwares, whatever is available, you are using everything that is given by the service provider. Whereas if you are choosing to use the platform as a service, means you are only going to use the platform which is used to run, deploy, and manage the applications. So you are using one of their platforms. Mostly these are used by the developers who wants to run their applications or integrate their applications into another platform. So in such cases, the platform as a service is used. And the examples for um, a platform as a service means we can consider all the cloud service providers. Some real-time examples can be Facebook or Twitter, we can say. The next is a software as a service. This software as a service means it has only the software, and only the software is available to the end user. Here, all the monitoring, the database, the computer, everything is taken care by the service provider. You are only using the software, the web-based software. We can take a real-time example as a e-com websites. So only the end portal is shown to the user. Everything else is taken care by the cloud service provider. So some of the differences, I mean, the main differences we can say between the different services that we are using is this infrastructure as a service If you have decided to use the whole infrastructure, then it is available only through virtualization. That is, you are directly connecting to the cloud to access from the start to the end. Everything is available. It is available only if you connect to them through the cloud, through virtualization only it is available. But if you are using your platform as a service, the applications can be built at our end, and the platform can be used to integrate your application through that platform. The software as a service, it is only the end user portal that is shown to the user through web. So the examples, we can understand it through the examples very clearly. Infrastructure as a service, we are using all the cloud service providers. They are giving all the cloud services, and everything is available within that infrastructure itself, starting from the like say hypervisor, the OS, hardwares, virtual machines, everything you are using from there only. If you are using platform as a service, these are all the subscription based websites where both data and the end users are involved, which means you're having the platform, you'll handle both the data, so you have to use the storage there, and the end users also are involved. And software as a service, these are all like mobile and desktop apps where only the end user portal is shown to the user, and these are only web based. How is a virtual infrastructure accessed? Through the internet only. Only if you connect through the ISP, you can access the uh, virtual infrastructure. How is a virtual machine created? A software allows the user to create his own virtual machine. Some examples are hypervisor and bare metal. The basic difference between a hypervisor and a bare metal is hypervisor requires OS. So when you are going to create your own virtual machine, you have to select which type of OS you want to create your virtual machine. Like example, Windows. So using that we can create our own machine. But that's a particular server where you are creating your own virtual machine. That server might have other users also. Some other user from some other organization might be creating a virtual machine, which is also having a virtual machine in your server. That is the only drawback of the hypervisor. So when you don't require that user sharing, then you can say you can use a bare metal. So the bare metal does not require OS, and if you are making a virtual machine on a particular server, it is dedicated only to that user, and it is directly used and managed by the user. The next concept is a client OS versus a server OS. So a client operating system, it operates only within one device with multiple applications for a single user at a time. Example is an Android device, our desktop, where we have multiple applications for a single user at a time. Whereas the server OS, it has too many users using it at a particular time. So it operates on a server level, where on a particular server, many people can start using it. So like a client OS, the server also needs a OS wherein it can incorporate many users at a time. So that also has Windows OS or Linux OS. Next will be the types of deployment modules of cloud. The first one is public cloud. So consider an organization, it is going to use a cloud through an ISP. So its data is passing through an ISP and it is going to the cloud. That is a public, you are accessing a public cloud through an ISP where your data is may or may not be secured and it is stored on a cloud. A private cloud means an organization needs to use the cloud, but it is going to send its data without the ISP. So they use something called a VPC endpoint to send their data to the cloud. They also have their own servers where they can manage their data. A hybrid cloud is a combination of both the private and the public, wherein it is going to use the platform in a cloud like a Netflix or an insurance portal, where it is going to use the platform storage servers also, but dedicated storage servers. But it is not going to store the data on the cloud. So it is not going to share the data within the cloud because of data security. So they are going to maintain their own data servers. So that is an example of a hybrid cloud. And we are coming to the end of the basics of clouds.